I have some very early 76ers mock draft details for you today, my people. What is up, guys? DJ Eastwood here. This is the Run It Back podcast. This is now a daily sports talk show where we talk nothing but Philadelphia sports every single day at 12 Eastern Time. Hit the like button if you enjoy honest Philly sports talk. Hit the dislike button if you like lying to yourself. And hit the subscribe button if you're new. I give you these podcasts every single day for free. I want my subscription. Let's get into this, man. Before we get into that, we got some quick Eagles news, all right? First of all, a main article on NBC Sports is it doesn't even say should they. It says the Eagles should attempt to sign Le'Veon Bell to bolster their running back depth. No, they should not. First of all, the offensive line is insanely underwhelming and just bad. Miles Sanders can't even get past the line of scrimmage unless he breaks a 75-yard run on a draw play. Why in the world would you spend money on another running back? Doug's only giving Miles 11 carries a game. Why would you spend money on another running back who's not going to get the ball, who's not going to get past the line of scrimmage? Absolutely not. Horrible article. Let's move on. Yes, Eagles fans are allowed at Lincoln Financial Field. Limited capacity, only 7,500. I'm assuming that's season ticket holders. But 7,500 fans. And hey, listen, Philadelphia sports rallies behind its fans. You know that. Maybe this season has been so lackluster and boring and just sad and pathetic because there's no energy in the stadium. You know, we played good against the Steelers, and they had fans in the stadium. I just thought about that right now, actually. That's the first game we played, I think, with fans in the stadium, and our offense came out with energy. Our defense in the beginning of the game came out with energy. We looked like a different team, and we looked like we were ready to compete, even though it wasn't even our fans. So just maybe with 7,500 fans in Lincoln Financial Field, the Philadelphia Eagles will look like a different team. I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that the fans' energy can bring something out of these players that we haven't seen yet. And what else do we have for the Eagles? I think that's it. Oh, I wanted to talk about Darius Slay. Darius Slay is in concussion protocol right now. That's not good. All of the damn injuries we have on this team already. The last thing we need is to lose our best defender, our best defensive back, the only guy that's been pretty much locked down the entire season so far, except for Claypool beating him a couple times, but Claypool beat every single person on the field that game. So hopefully Darius Slay is available to go on Sunday. If he's not, that's just another big blow to this defense that's already porous. Poor and porous. Poor and full of pores. All right, let's move on, man. So I want to get into some Sixers stuff because, you know, I love making Sixers content. And what's there really to talk about until the season starts? There's not a specific date for the season to start yet, but it's going to be a very short offseason. We already know that. It's only going to be like November and December, the rest of October, November and December. Why would I clarify that? Like we can skip a month. It's only going to be probably sometime in January, hopefully early January, the season starts. So it's going to be a quick, like 2.5 months until the season starts. So Doc Rivers has a lot of work cut out for him. The Sixers front office, if they don't get fired, all of them, which they haven't yet, and I don't see any of that happening, which I don't even want to get into that. That has to do with ownership playing favorites and just all kinds of politics in the upper offices of the Sixers organization. But Doc Rivers has work cut out for him. The front office has their work cut out for him to make some roster changes. I mean, if you can't move Al Horford, I guess you got to roll next season with them. But anyway, let's look forward to the draft because the 76ers have the number 21 pick in the draft from the Oklahoma City Thunder. I didn't really go back and look at where that pick came from. I don't even remember. We made so many damn trades and everything in the past couple of years. I don't remember where that pick came from. But we have the 21st pick in the draft, and the player on the mock draft that I saw right here. Number 21, NBA Mock Draft 6.0. Number 21, Philadelphia 76ers. Tyrell Terry, a guard from Stanford. Now, I'm not huge on college basketball. I haven't seen this kid play, really. I didn't watch Stanford play at all. But that's the guy that some of these mock drafts are saying will be available at number 21. Here's the scouting report. Here's the thing that people are saying from the negative side of things is that he's only 6'1", 160 pounds, so he's tiny. But that gives me Trae Young kind of vibes. That gives me Trey Burke kind of vibes. The Sixers have been drafting defense for a long time. The Sixers front office and coaching staff has not looked at offensive-minded players or players that can score points in a long time. The Markelle Fultz thing was one time where they were looking at a player who could score points, but he's also 6'5" and can play defense. So they've been defensive-minded for a long time, and you can see where that's led them. This whole, let's have more great defenders than everybody, and let's just shut everybody down, didn't work. Not even in the slightest. I mean, we couldn't defend a pick and roll to save our lives. You understand what I'm saying? So I think it's time for the 76ers to draft a guard who's a scoring threat without really considering his defensive ability. Every NBA team has players on the floor that aren't good at defense at all, but their offensive skill sets are worth the defensive risk. Steph Curry, Trae Young, all these kind of players. I think it's time for the Sixers to look for a player like this, and this Tyrell Terry kid just might be it. Let's read some things about him here. His offensive summary. He's a really good versatile shooter with the ability to spot up, shoot off movement, and off the dribble. I love that. That is music to my ears. Shoot off movement. That means creating his own shot, A, and B, catching and shooting on the move from a guy like Ben Simmons, who will find him wide open all day long. I like that. I like what it sounds like. Shows impressive but inconsistent shot making off the dribble in the pick and roll. Impressive but inconsistent. I mean, he's a college player. He's not a top 10 pick. What does inconsistent really mean? Does that mean he doesn't shoot 100%? But shot making off the dribble in the pick and roll, I like it. I know Doc Rivers loves the pick and roll. Doc Rivers loves guard play. I can't even explain to you guys, I've explained it before, I can't even explain to you guys how damn happy I am to have a coach in here that likes guard play and likes scoring points and brags about the fact that his teams have always been in the top 5 in scoring. I'm so ready for a team that can score points and have highlights on ESPN and just, this bully ball, 3 7-footers on the floor just drove me nuts for a whole year. I'm so excited. But anyway, let's get back to it. He brings value in transition as a decision maker and a scorer. And I watched this highlight tape, and at the end of this video, I'm just gonna put a highlight tape in there so you guys can watch it, so you don't have to go search and find it on YouTube. I'm gonna put it right at the end of this video for you to watch as soon as I'm done blabbing about the kid. But I watched his highlight tape, and I will say he is a good decision maker. Just from the highlights that I saw, he makes a lot of nice passes, a lot of quick decisions, a lot of passes interior, really quick, one-handed, all kinds of nice stuff going on there. And he's a quick shooter, and his jump shot is pretty. His jump shot is pretty. It looks perfect. It is in line, elbow in front of his face, very quick release. I mean, it gives me Trae Young vibes. Now, don't come at me. He's not Trae Young. I don't think he's ever going to be Trae Young. But if we can get, a Walmart Trae Young, you understand what I'm saying? If he could be a great value Trae Young off the bench or starting next to Ben Simmons or what have you, I don't know what Doc Rivers is going to do with Ben Simmons yet. If he's going to start Shake Milton and another guard, I don't know. But listen, man, I like what this kid looks like just from watching his highlight tape. He's a good passer. He has solid vision. More comfortable passing from a standstill or off the catch than out of the pick and roll. I understand what they mean by that. When he runs the pick and roll, he's usually looking to shoot. His passing usually comes from him receiving a pass and then making a quick second pass, things like that. He has average handles and burst, but a solid first step. I like it. What else we got here? What else we got? Defensive summary. Hustles to contest shots and uses his length to get a hand up. He's 6'1". I didn't look at what his wingspan is, but uses what length he has, I guess. He knows the fundamentals of team defense, stunt, tag, roll man, etc. Wow, dude. Team defense? I haven't seen team defense in 3 years. I mean, our pick and roll and our switching and our rotations were so bad under Brett Brown. I'm not even used to these words. He's quick feet on the perimeter, but lack of strength limits ability to stay in front of people. Okay. Inconsistent with pick and roll defense. Shows solid technique, but occasionally gets hit hard by screens and can't recover in time. Yeah, because he's small and weak, 6'1", 160. Strength and size are concerns. Now, I never like when people say that in scouting reports, because people have said that about everybody. People said that about Steph Curry. They said it about Trae Young. They said it about Deshaun Jackson in the NFL. They always say that. They act like everybody has to be 6'7", 140 pounds, DeMar DeRozan. Like that's the look. The league is going towards having some shooters with long range on your team. And we need one of those guys. I don't give a damn if he's tiny. I don't give a damn how strong he is. And I don't give a damn if he can play a lick of defense. We'll just have to make up for it. I want shooters on the team. What's next? Questions. Can he add enough strength? Will the added strength help him attack the basket more on offense and also help him defensively? Can he add strength? Sure, he can add strength. What is he, 18 years old? You're not done adding strength when you're, if you put in work in the gym, you can add strength. I've been scrawny my whole life, like scrawny. I was 5'11", 130 pounds when I was a senior in high school. I was the skinniest kid in school. Swear to God. I used to get made fun of for how skinny I was. That's probably why I'm 34 years old right now and still haven't gained a whole lot of weight. But I put work in the gym for years and years and years, not really trying to gain a lot of weight, but just over time it happened. So anybody that puts work into the gym can add weight. I'm 180 pounds right now, and I was 130 pounds when I was this kid's age. So I put on 50 pounds of probably 35 pounds of muscle, 15 pounds of fat. We're not going to talk about that. If he doesn't add enough strength and he's a liability on defense, will his offense be good enough to outweigh it? That's what I'm saying. I hope it is. I would like to see it. Will his size affect his movement shooting? Affect his movement shooting. Will his size affect his movement shooting? No, I don't think so. I think he's probably pretty damn quick. Outcomes. Highest outcome. Dynamic shooter who can spot up, shoot off the dribble, and shoot off movement. Can create for himself and others out of the pick and roll. Ability to play on and off the ball gives lineup flexibility. Dangerous threat in transition. I like that. Added strength helps him hold his own defensively while being more aggressive attacking the basket. And then there's a medium and there's a low where it says, off-ball player who can spot up and shoot off movement, but his size limits him, doesn't add needed strength, makes him a liability on defense. And the last thing here we got is his offensive role. Most dangerous next to a big initiator. Woo! Say that again. Say that again. It's almost like they wrote this for the 76ers. It's almost like they wrote this for Ben Simmons. Most dangerous next to a big initiator. I love that. The big initiator is my 6'10", 145-pound point forward Ben Simmons. Can be a dynamic shooter off the ball and attack closeouts. More comfortable passing from a standstill or off the catch. Can be a secondary pick and roll handler and can run the offense well enough versus bench lineups to provide lineup flexibility and earn more minutes. I am happy with what I'm reading. All right, so here's my opinion on the kid. He has a very good-looking jump shot, very quick trigger. He has good vision. He makes quick passes. He makes quick decisions. He's a combo guard. Combo guard. That's what this team has needed. That's why we drafted Markelle Fultz until he destroyed his shoulder somehow. We'll never know. Or forgot how to shoot completely. That's what we wanted. And after the Markelle Fultz debacle, we never really tried to do that again with the draft at least, or trades or anything. Shake Milton came out of nowhere, but this dude's a combo guard. Gives me Trey Burke vibes. Now, Brett Brown didn't want to use Trey Burke. Brett Brown elected to use T.J. McConnell over Markelle Fultz even when he was playing good. Brett Brown didn't want a combo guard next to Ben Simmons for whatever reason. It was blatantly obvious to me what needed to happen. The stats showed it. The eye test showed it. Brett Brown didn't want it. Brett Brown got fired because he just, I don't know what he was watching. Most people were like, what the hell is this guy doing? Doc Rivers loves guards. He loves the pick and roll. He loves scoring points. Doc Rivers would have used Trey Burke so much more than Brett Brown. I mean, so much more. A good quote from Doc Rivers during his opening press conference that I don't think I've gone over yet is, he said, and this is also music to my ears, we will still need a point guard. Every team needs one. That's what Doc Rivers said. Notice he didn't say we need a backup point guard. Notice he wasn't implying that Ben Simmons is the point guard. Think about that for a second. And he wasn't implying that Shake Milton is a starting level point guard. He literally said, we still need a point guard. Every team needs one. I've been saying for 3 years now, this team doesn't have a point guard. We have a bunch of big guys. Ben Simmons can score in transition, has beautiful, wonderful vision off the dribble in transition. But as far as half court, we've been playing without a point guard for so long. That's why we end up with Tobias Harris isolation plays at the top of the key and Al Horford trying to do step back jumpers. And it's disgusting. You need a floor general in the half court. Doc Rivers understands that, and I am very, very happy that he understands that. I'm just going to play the highlight tape now so you guys can watch this kid's highlights and give me all your thoughts and opinions on Tyrell Terry and whether or not the Sixers should draft him if he's available at number 21. Thank you for watching the Run It Back podcast. My name is DJ Eastwood. I will see you guys very soon.